All right, so that prompts another strange question out of the blue. What was your most difficult, or what was the most difficult NDE you heard and just went, oh, that's really messing with me? Do you have one? Or if you don't, that's fine, but, or a genre of them?
Um, one of them that I saw on that show, um, I died beyond and back. I survived beyond and back or something.
Okay,
It was
all
a
right.
where they would take three NDE cases
Yes, I've
and
seen
they
it.
would, yeah, really, really interesting. And I just absolutely love that show. And one just popped into my head, so that's what I'll go with is,
Yeah.
he was only 16, 18 years old in a fast car, whatnot. Kind of he said I was living a fast life. Now, again, I go to what's been pushed in here of what's bad because boy, drinking a diet coke is bad. It's like, what he must have thought, sex before marriage or whatever. He could have thought he was just a terrible person, been told he was a terrible person when he was just a guy experiencing life. But anyway, his experience was, um, some, I don't know, he was in a horrible accident, lost his legs. He was a builder or something, and his life was, completely over. The ladies' man thing was gone, his job was gone, everything. And he so believed that he was a terrible person that he would and he was in a Catholic hospital with a cross across from him, and the cross or something would come at him. It was moving through the air towards him, and then as it got closer, it would turn into like a devil face or something.
Mm.
And I'm just going, I mean, that would be horrible. I used to have dreams like that years ago when I wrestled with what mine was. And it's like when so to me, those kind of NDEs are, um,
The most
God, to
difficult.
come back, and
They're
someone says,
not
"Oh,
for you. How
they're
about
not for you, not for me." I haven't had a nightmare. I fought my nightmares, and I stood in one, and when the curtains were billowing and there were things moving around the room, and I used to wake up in a cold sweat, and I'd be like, "What am I so afraid of? I can't even see it other than moving curtains." But the fear was there. And so I screamed, "Show yourself to me." And there was this huge figure in this black robe. I didn't see a face. I just saw this moving black, you know, cape and robe and whatever. It was just all one big thing of black in front of me, really tall, really big. And I just said, "I'm not afraid of you anymore. I know God loves me." Now, I was saying it in my sleep, right? And I'm
yeah.
saying it with this really gravelly low voice because I was scared to death. But I was like, "You don't scare me," and fighting that fear of just wanting to wake up. And when I told this figure I was no longer afraid of it, it couldn't do anything to me because I knew that God loved me, that figure shrunk into this animated cartoon figure of a 90-year-old man, skinny little pointed nose, the kind in, I don't know, Rocky and Bullwinkle kind of shows where he's got a cane and he's got a couple of sprigs of hair on his bald head. I mean, an absolutely no scary guy was under that robe. And he's just it's just someone who knows enough what scares you. It's
Yes.
for whatever purpose. you know
So,
I
so
know.
are are there bad guys in the basement? Are there beings who are choosing for now malevolence? They're on the other side. Maybe they haven't crossed over. Maybe there's a hell and they're in hell. Swedenborg would say that's what happens is hell is not a bad place. He would say hell is where people chose not God and didn't want love, and that's where they're currently dwelling. He never
Because
says
they
what
have
that
the
they'll,
choice, because
he
God
never
says,
says they'll
okay,
never come out. And
right.
his idea is that since we're all connected, their thoughts, their desires connect to us, and if they can use their influence, who they are, to affect you, they're starving to affect someone. They're like rabid
Mhm.
animals almost looking for love to,
Bored,
what is
like
it?
you bored, like you were saying,
Or
looking for
bored.
love
Yeah.
too, and
Bored.
looking for how can I use that kind
Yeah.
of power or whatnot.
Yeah.
And
If nothing else, you're their entertainment.
yeah, yeah. What can I get this person to do or, take credit for, or whatever it is. I believe that, but I also, and I will back it up with, do you know Mary Dioma? Have you heard of
No, I
Mary?
don't think so.
Well, her experience, we'll have to have her on this show. Amazing. But when I read her book, Transcendent Love, sorry, all this stuff's off the cuff, but
Yeah.
anyway, um, she wanted to know what hell was and the devil, all of that stuff. And so I know I'm putting this very simplistic,
Oh no, go for it.
but basically, as shards of God, I mean, we're creators, right? We've been told we are creators.
Right.
Because that we can create our own situation. We can go to a dark place, or we can start a fight with a neighbor, and suddenly
Sure.
you've got this, whatever it is, we can create that. And our books and thoughts and everything else put out a creation into the universe.
Right.
Well, when these kingdoms, churches, all these things that put together, we